Hello, I'm Ella Neptune, and you're listening to episode 3 of the Neptune Diaries. So, today's episode is another heavy one. I'm sorry, guys. Today I just wanted to talk about being upset because where you are currently in life isn't where you want to be, where you've always dreamed of being. About failed dreams, failed aspirations, missed opportunities, lost chances, and just, what it's like to be an adult with high hopes and dreams and having them all shattered in front of you. From a young age, from when I was about 10, always been a very creative person. I loved writing books, reading books, acting, singing, dancing. I was so into that from a really young age, and I was making music on GarageBand when I was 10 years old, as soon as I could. So it's all these years I've been saying to myself when I was younger, when I'm older, when I'm an adult, I'm gonna be a star, I'm gonna be able to do all these things. When I got to about 15, 16, reality kind of hit me that it's very rare that happens to people, and that it's very unlikely that will happen for me. And as I'm getting older and as time is progressing, I'm attempting in my free time. I'm still writing books, I'm still writing scripts. In my free time, I'm still making music and dreaming of having that breakthrough one day and becoming famous and blowing up and becoming massive. I think something I've struggled with a lot is none of those dreams being realized, and I think it really settling in my mind and heart that it's probably very, very unlikely that I will ever break through in any of the industries I want to be in. One, because now for my age, I'm very behind. The truth is, I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I offer that fresh perspective or something different that will draw people to me. And if I'm being honest, if I'm being real, I'm already at a disadvantage. I don't have the funding to buy all of the equipment and things that I need. I'm really running on a budget. I am a black girl, and I'm not in the, how do I say this? I don't fit the beauty standard. I'm not attractive to a mainstream audience. I'm breaking through already as a young black woman in the environment we're in. That's already very saturated, especially with the rise of TikTok and social media. It's already really hard to break through, and it's become even harder, I feel like, especially where looks are currency. Your looks are a form of currency now, and the prettier you are, the more ears you have, the more people who are willing to listen to you because of the halo effect, and that doesn't work in my favor, unfortunately. And as much as I'm working towards improving my appearance in multiple ways I won't get into, it's something that's it's one of the factors that are holding me back. But I also just don't have the foundations, and I'm having to start from scratch. I'm having to figure it all out from the beginning. I don't know the ins and outs of the industry. I don't have anyone on my side. I don't have the connections. I don't have nepotism in my favor here. I also don't really have the raw talent. I don't have the best singing voice. I'm okay at playing piano and playing guitar, but I'm not that amazing at it. I don't have an incredible knowledge of music theory, music production, of the music industry. Honestly, I don't have any of those skills at a really high level, so I don't really have what I need to be good enough. And I guess where I'm at now is trying to consider, is it worth me investing so much time, energy, money into furthering myself for this if it's not going to pay off? And I guess I'm trying to figure out the balance, or like how far into my hobby I should be going, and at what point it stops being a hobby and starts becoming like an obsession, and starts becoming like something that's actually making me sad because I'm not seeing success. Because it did used to just be a hobby, but now, because I've been going into it more and more and like diving into it deeper, it now almost feels like there's something to be lost here. Before it was all for gain, it was for fun, but now it almost feels like, if this doesn't go well, or if this doesn't go the way I want it to, this will actually make me quite sad, and I have to weigh up whether it's worth it or not for me to go further in, because the further in I go, the more of an emotional expense it is, the more it weighs on me, the more important it is to me, and the more effect it will have on me if I don't do as well. I don't think I'm good enough yet, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a dream that I have, and it's a dream that I really want to fulfill, and I've wanted to fulfill for many years, and recently especially, working so hard on things, putting them out there, nobody ever listening to it or catching wind of it. It's hard. It's hard to put your heart and soul into something and put it out there and you get nothing back from it. Especially, I do it for the love of the craft. That's always first. But I have big dreams, and I guess this video is about the fact that a lot of being an adult has felt like me realizing a lot of my dreams are really, really unachievable. Today was the day that it really hit me. Well, I've been staying off of TikTok as much as possible because I know the effect that TikTok has on me, but the past week or so I've been on it a lot. And yeah, the comparison is really getting to me. Seeing other people who are my age and the stuff that they've accomplished, the things that they get simply because of their looks. And I've transitioned, I'm seeing myself, or I've realized myself falling into a very immature mindset, feeling like life's not fair. I feel like I've almost become a 5-year-old mentally again, thinking, why do I not have that? Why did they get that and I don't? Life's not fair. Why was I born this way and why were they not? Why were they given all of those things and I wasn't? And the frustration that comes with that. It really does suck when you feel like you were born to do something, but you can't do that thing because of factors that are outside of your control, because of the way life has just turned out, because of societal standards, because of things you literally cannot change. One of the people I feel that jealousy about quite often is Pink Pantheress, just because I just see her story of how she grew and how she blew up, and I look at that and I'm like, I wish that was me. Why couldn't that have been me? It just feels so silly and so immature and so stupid. The realization that I'm not good enough to break through is one that breaks my heart, because it's something I'm so passionate about. But if I'm being honest, I'm not deserving of it. I'm not deserving of one of those spots. There are thousands, if not millions, of people who also have the same dream as me and are much more deserving. And I just think it's such a harrowing reality, like realizing that. I've also just been reflecting in general recently and like realizing that a lot of my sadness comes from the discrepancy between where I am in my life currently and where I want to be in my life. And the difference between those two things is so huge, and it doesn't ever show any sign of like changing. And I know I probably need more realistic goals, more achievable goals, but that doesn't change like the dreams that I truly have in my heart. Even if I tell myself that's an unrealistic dream, I should change that, it doesn't change the fact that these are things that I really want. I can't have them, and I'm like fighting. Feels like I'm having to fight my brain, telling it that yes, you want that life, but that life isn't for you. unfortunately, and you just have to pick yourself up and move on. I think that's one of the hard parts of being an adult is, when you're a child and something really sad or upsetting happens, like even if it's minor, their parents or guardians or friends or whatever treat them with so much empathy and are like, oh, what's wrong, are you okay, and are willing to listen, and they don't minimize that. What's this? I don't know what just happened. Anyway, everyone is empathetic to them about that, but like when you grow up and you become an adult, you have to start shouldering the pain and the sadness and the things that make you sad yourself. And that's one of the things I find difficult about being an adult. It's like, oh, I'm dealing with all this pain and sadness and things that I'm really hating about life, about living, and all these questions and all these problems and all these just things that are really stressing me out and upsetting me. But I'm not allowed to go and have a tantrum. I'm not allowed to throw a tantrum about it. I'm not allowed to complain about it. I guess I can complain about it. That's what I'm doing right now. But you don't receive the same amount of empathy as you would as a child. And I feel like I've almost reverted to that childish mindset. At least in this past week, I've been so like almost angry and throwing a tantrum about this whole situation that I'm explaining now. And it's so silly because like I want to just tell my brain, grow up, be happy for people. You have your life is actually good. You have a good life. You are just being irrational. You are being selfish. You're being greedy by expecting too much, and you're being unrealistic. And that's the reality of it, but it doesn't change how I feel on the inside. It doesn't change the fact that I want all of those things. I only have one lifetime, and I can't perfect all of those things in one lifetime, especially with the fact that I'm not that good at any of them. Like, I'm okay, I'm decent, but I wasn't blessed with a talent. I wasn't blessed with a gifting that is enough to break through all the noise. I've been given what I've been given, and it makes it so much harder to break through in those industries. Not using it as an excuse, but it is a factor. It's a contributing factor. I've just had so many opportunities that I feel like I've missed out on. So many things that I haven't got. So many times my life could have changed completely and gone in a different direction. But I just feel like, there's no going back now. I can't change it. I'm just trying to figure out how to cope with it. I know that this is just a moment and that I'm very upset about it right now, but I'll get over it. You kind of just have to. I'll continue with my life and I'll just suck it up. If I'm being honest, what really I think triggered this is the fact that I've been working on the Ella Neptune project, making new music as Ella Neptune, and I released my first single as Ella Neptune, and it flopped expeditiously. And because I haven't told anyone about it in my real life about it, but for a reason, I wanted this to be completely separate. I don't want people to know about this in my real life. I want it to be kind of anonymous, but that has just meant that I'm literally have one monthly listener, and that monthly listener is me. I haven't been put on any playlists. Gosh, it's a painful, harrowing feeling, especially because I worked so hard on making that song. I love it so much, and I really, really thought that I would make it into a playlist. I thought I would make it into an editorial playlist, and I didn't. They say that all you need is to believe in yourself. You need so much more than that to make it in this industry. And the stakes have changed, especially because of just how saturated it is. It's so much harder. And I don't know. I feel a mixture of disappointment, anger, stupidity. I just feel stupid. I feel dumb. I feel like, am I just being delusional? What's the point? I don't really know. I don't really know. This is my attempt of trying to, at least unravel the spiral of feelings in my mind and trying to talk it out a little bit at least. But I'm not the most eloquent person. Look at me recording this video in my uni bedroom with the mess on my bed, the rubbish lighting, my crappy microphone. It's just it's it's not looking good. I don't know if anyone else feels that too. Just the discrepancy between where you are currently and where you want to be. The feeling of being behind. It stretches across all aspects of my life. Like, as a 20-year-old, I've never been in a relationship before. There's so many experiences. I'm about to graduate from university, but there's so many experiences I haven't had due to anxiety and depression, things that have kept me in my room. There's so many things that I feel like I've missed out on. There's so many things that I feel like I haven't done yet, and I just feel so behind and just like a mess. And I absolutely hate it. And it's just the worst feeling. I just need like some success right now. Like, I need some good news. But like, I feel like I've done my best to put myself out there, to do my best to improve. I've started singing lessons. I've been putting my music out there. I've been trying to train myself on music theory. I even gave my favorite artist, Sampha, I gave him a letter, which of course I was talking about him, but in the end I included like a little note saying, oh, if you have time, please check out my music. And just, I've been trying my best to put myself out there, but I feel like it's just impossible in this world, in this industry. It's impossible. It's so hard. I'm in a place of like, should I just give up? I know I shouldn't, and I probably won't, but that's just how I feel right now. Like, my self-worth is just so low at the moment, and it just feels like my release not going well has like been the cherry on the shit cake. That's what it feels like. But I think I've vented my feelings enough. I'll just keep on repeating myself if I keep going. I will end today's diary here. If you're somebody who feels the same way, hopefully you can find some comfort in knowing that you're not the only one feeling that way. And let's just hope that it gets better for all of us at some point, because I'm just holding on to hope right now. That's all I really have. But thank you for listening, and this has been episode 3 of the Neptune Diaries. I will see you soon.